Time to fuel your business success. Welcome to Harmonious at Lunch. We're bringing you bite-sized advice and expert conversations to drive clarity and growth 5 days a week. Make sure you join our Facebook group at humanopt.com/lunch, where listeners like you and our guests hang out so we can find harmony in business together. If you're building a business, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
Can you turn sustainability for your company into a growth engine, not just a cost on your balance sheet? That's the question we're going to ask and hopefully answer today with our very special guest. We're going to talk about fashion. We're going to talk about sustainability. We're going to talk about doing podcasts from the shower, all different kinds of things we're going to cover today. Let me welcome in our guest, Anne-Marie Siki Alvarez. Welcome to the show, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, guys. This is going to be an amazing episode. And yes, I am in a shower because I'm at an Airbnb in Hungary. So sorry for the audio or the lighting. It's the best, okay?
It's the commitment to the craft that I love. And the shower is not on for those of you listening. So we're good. It's going to be great.
I could have done it in the shower, but I chose not to.
That's probably smart considering your laptop.
It's going to turn into a different kind of episode.
Yeah, that's a different website. Anyway, we're going to talk about sustainability and how it's actually supposed to, or it can drive your brand, because that's the path you took. But tell me a little bit about your company and the sustainability movement, and particularly what that means to you.
Absolutely. To put you a bit in context, I'm 18 years old, and I saw there was a big issue when brands, when they heard that that they need to be seen as sustainable, because 76% of global consumers, they want to buy from responsible brands. But the problem is that they invested all of their money in CSR reports, certifications, but me and you, we don't have the time to read a 150-page report, or we don't understand complex certifications. They're too far away from home. And so the consequences of that is that we won't perceive those brands as responsible. Even though they may be super responsible, they aren't seen as responsible. So they don't get the results of more loyalty, preferences in the shops, etc. And the solution I came up with, I'm sure there are other solutions, but the most effective I came up with is planting a tree for every product sold. This doesn't work with every market, mainly if you do more apparel or B2C, obviously. But planting a tree for every product sold, let's say the baby fashion industry, for example, under the product, in the description, if there is written, this product plants a tree that grows alongside your child, the parent will be like, wow, okay, this is a really good business. They are sustainable. And obviously she can go and check with which NGOs they plant, blah, blah, blah. So that's the kind of technology we are trying to do here at Forest Delivery. We want to create and facilitate tree planting for baby fashion brands and fashion brands. Yeah.
That's super cool. And even when you said that, it's like, oh, that stands out. I personally have never seen that on any items that I buy, that, oh, this purchase will plant a tree. And that's super cool. I want to talk about that, but to back up what you said before about being a sustainable brand and investing in reports and certifications, I think the consumers are a little bit numb to this at this point, because you see these giant brands. I mean, I love United Airlines. I have nothing bad to say about United Airlines. Okay. So United, I love you. Let's make that very clear. However, when I hear an airline saying that they're green and they have a green initiative, and every time I buy a ticket, it says, would you like to round up by $2.50 to offsite the emissions of this flight? First of all, no, because I know it's not doing anything. Like, let's talk about how much fuel these planes burn. My point here is a lot of it's become a marketing initiative, and what you're doing is action oriented. That's actually sustainable and good for the environment. How do you balance that in saying we are actively planting a tree versus, if you just pay us a little bit more, our planes aren't going to somehow burn the same amount of fuel and pollute the environment, right? Like, does that make sense?
100%. And that's a great example. It's true that they offer you this kind of way of offsetting your carbon emissions, but we all know it's just fluff. We don't really understand it anyways, and the planes are going to continue to pollute. But yeah, as you said, it's action oriented. One tree for every product sold. It's concrete, and that's a key. It's compared to carbon, which is not close to home. Okay, you offset this amount of carbon. Okay, but what does it do for me, myself, my life? But trees, it's concrete. It creates jobs. It purifies the air you are breathing. Yes, in terms of carbon, it offsets the totality of the carbon produced by the product. But that's on over a long-term game. It's over 40 years, etc. But I think why we became numb to messages like from Atlantic Airlines, United Airlines, excuse me, is because it's not concrete. We don't feel the message, how it influences our life. And they feel good. Yeah, well, we gave them the options. They didn't do it, but you didn't really give us the options we want.
Yeah, and that makes sense. It's like, I don't
Have you
know
ever
what you're going
offset your carbon emissions through United Airlines?
What was that?
Have you ever offset your carbon emissions through United Airlines?
No, and that's the point I was just going to make too. It's like, I don't know whether it's 250, I've seen $3.50, $7, whatever. It's a small fee compared to a plane ticket, but I don't know what that money's going to be used for. It's like, okay, you're obviously not burning less fuel. Let's just eliminate that. So even if you lie to me and tell me you are, okay, you're crazy. But it's got to be for R&D, for marketing, to just say that you're greenwashing the planet. And I'm not paying for that. Like, that's your thing. If you want to go be green, you fund it and you go do it. I'm not, as the customer, going to fund it. However, if you tell me that you are voluntarily going to plant a tree because I took up a seat on a plane, that's super cool. Like, you're doing something without me asking that I can then feel good about, because I can see the result. It's concrete, like you said. Where did you get this idea? Like, where did that idea even come from?
Ooh, man. One day I was looking up under my cover and it just came out. I don't know.
That's so cool. I need to go. We should pause this episode. I'm going to see if there's any ideas
Look
under my
at all of you.
covers.
Look under your covers. Yeah. But one thing about greenwashing and actually making a difference, etc., it's really actually important for brands to see an ROI on their sustainability messages. And people, first, they don't understand when I say this, but don't worry, I'm going to explain. Because the objective of a business is to make money. And they will continue investing in the stuff that makes them more money. So if sustainability doesn't make them money, they won't continue investing more. They will just do the bare minimum to invest and bypass the regulations. But if it actually makes a net positive, a big ROI, one tree planted increases conversion rates, AOV, etc., well, why wouldn't they continue investing in the thing that works?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about that then. The ROI. It can be sometimes very difficult for a brand to swallow this pill that, okay, let's say I have a 25% profit margin. I'm going to voluntarily do something. It could be plant a tree for every product sold, could be donate to a nonprofit that will do something like that on our behalf, but we can attach our name to it. And now my profit margin is going to be 12%. I don't see an ROI on that. So how do you balance the conversation of doing good things for the planet, for people, having an ROI, because whether you're for profit or nonprofit, you need to make money. Like you said, that's business 101. It has to be sustainable from a monetary standpoint. And you also, in some cases, have to appease your shareholders, and they're not going to like seeing their profit get cut in half. So how do you have that ROI conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a key point you just said. All brands need to be profitable. It's their objective. And when brands hear, oh, sustainability, they're like, oh, it's going to cost a lot. Oh, no, we can't. Maybe next semester, maybe next time. And the thing is that one tree, like, guess how much we would charge to plant a tree?
Oh, this is fun. I'm gonna say 64 cents.
Ooh, you're close. That's good.
How much is it?
There are big ranges. There are from $13 down to 35 cents. Yeah. So, and if they don't want to compromise on their existing profits, they can obviously, but this is not recommended, but it can still work. Just add the 35 cents on top of their existing price, or figure out what type of things they are currently doing, whether it's social media, paid ads, etc., is not working, and replace that amount by this tree planted that works, increases AOV, conversion rates, etc.
Yeah, I like that. So let's talk about that from a marketing perspective. Because yeah, you could, I mean, 35 cents, even $2 in a lot of cases, unless you're running a product with very low margins, it's low dollars. That's a different conversation. But
You couldn't do it.
yeah, no. But the marketing, the increasing your your ROI essentially, and your perception in the marketplace. You gave us the example of the baby clothing where this tree or this product will go plant a tree. What are some of the ways that you've used the messaging on the checkout page or even in the marketing to acquire new customers based on this initiative?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we want to do is, one, at the top, we'll have a live counter of how many trees in total the brand has planted.
Mhm.
That's already visual, and it's going up as the products go and sell. Two, pretty classic. You put it in the description of the product, saying this product plants a tree that will grow alongside your child. Plus, if they hover over it, they can. There will be a slide down that says where the trees are planted, with who the trees are planted, so that it's traceable for those who are skeptical. And four, we would also, once the product is bought, send a digital certificate to the client saying their name has planted this amount of trees at this place. That feels shareable, relatable. And where we take it a step further, and this is like a key secret that I haven't shared yet, at the bottom of that certificate, you put a QR code with another message saying, if you share it on social media using this QR code, another tree will be planted. It encourages them to share it. Oh, well, it plants a tree, cool. Plus, I can show to everyone I did a good thing. The brand that we are working with gets more visibility. More visibility equals more purchases equals more trees planted.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
I like it.
I love it.
Yeah, all the way around. I like it. So then let's talk logistics too, because I'm curious about that. So let's say my business signs up with you. Every product sold, we plant a tree. How does that work? Are you do you get a percentage of the revenue? Do we just voluntarily report it at the end of the month? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, well, the great question. I love it, and it's what would you expect?
Well, I guess I could see how it is for a product-based business, right? Where it's kind of like a SKU, it's a line item, or there's some sort of an API that's plugged in. A service, let's say I'm a plumber and I have service calls, house calls. That one I don't know. I think that would be self-reported to some degree, but I could see how both are applicable.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. If it's a product business through an API, a Shopify, a WooCommerce plugin, but if it's a service, it's not as easily. But honestly, if it's a service, like, and you don't get thousands of customers every day, you can personally just go and find the NGO and tell the customer, look, I planted this tree thanks to your money. Here is a certificate. Like, I don't think for businesses like mine, I would see a good investment in that. Or maybe in the future this is going to change, but or even for the business, let's say the plumber, why would they invest extra if they can just go directly and plant the tree through internet, trusted, reputable partners? So yeah.
True. I could see the pros and cons. Like for the plumbing example, they don't want to go through the headache and find the NGO and figure all it out. So there might be an upside to that. Let's talk, our business. We have 2 SaaS products. We have 2 apps. So we could absolutely, have thousands of customers a day where that might apply. And I too do not want to go find the NGO and sort this stuff out. Is that a context where it would be applicable to partner with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so you have a SaaS business and it's B2C.
Both, 2 different products. One is B2C, that one has more volume, and then the B2B product is more so recurring revenue, but for businesses.
Okay. What we want to do is that create so that you can choose for what action there is a tree planted. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Whether it's for the sign up, whether it's for signing up but paying, not just installing the app, whether it's liking a certain amount of photos, who cares, blah, blah, blah. That's what I really want to do. I'm not yet at that stage, but that's the vision, so that brands can choose for what action the tree is planted with their customers. Yeah. Well,
that's awesome.
That reply? That's your question?
Yeah, I'm even, my wheels start turning now. Like that one you just said, where if you like a picture on social media, you could run a marketing campaign that says if every like on this picture donates or plants a tree. How cool is that? Because it's going to get your brand visibility, and more people are going to want to engage with something like that.
Man,
it's very interesting.
Doing good for the planet has actually so many benefits. Actually, doing good for the planet has so many benefits also for business. People underestimate it, and people call it because they didn't yet understand it, or people don't trust it, greenwashing. It's a question of trust, actually. Yeah, that would boost engagement. Planting a tree for every share or every comment, etc. And 35 cents to get an extra boost on the thing. Then why not?
Yeah, that's incredible. It's not just like this, and we'll give you a virtual high five. There's something as good as coming from it. If we could spend more time wasting our time on social media, but good comes from it, I think that's a win-win, right?
Yeah. There's this illustration where nature always has this equal exchange. The bee that pollinates the flower and gets honey in exchange. They are both benefiting from effort. And humans, they used to play into these natural laws of exchange. They used to take but give back to nature as well. And that has stopped a bit. Okay, it's only taking, polluting, destroying. And we know this is not sustainable. We all know we have to change something. So let's not talk about the problem, but of the solution, I prefer.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the coolest solutions I think I've heard on this. And it's great that you take the hard work and the legwork out of it. So tell me this before we wrap up. How does a brand partner with you and build this into their sustainability efforts?
Absolutely. Find me on LinkedIn, reach out to me, and let's talk.
I love it. All right. I will put your website on the screen here. LinkedIn, website, everything. YouTube channel too. You have a YouTube channel. It's down below in the show notes.
I'm journeying my way.
Yeah.
Creating a personal brand, a bit like you. It's freaking amazing today.
Absolutely. All right. So this has been a really cool episode. I love this. And I would love to see more brands jump on this bandwagon of actionable sustainability. That's the key. And maybe United Airlines, let's call you out. How about for every time I buy a plane ticket, you plant a tree for me and you plant a tree for the world. You can do your $2.50 green emission thing too, but let's plant the tree also. So I'm calling you out, United.
United, here it is.
Throw down the gauntlet. Emery, thanks for coming to the show. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me. This was a really good show.
For those of you watching and listening, I hope we answered the question. Can your brand have sustainability efforts and see an ROI from it? I'm going to put the stamp of approval. Yes, this is super cool. Go back and listen to this episode again. Get the wheels turning. What else can you do in your business? How can we think outside of that box and have a positive impact both on our business, on our brand, and on the planet? We'll see you on tomorrow's episode of Harmonious at Lunch. Thanks for being here.
Another episode of Harmonious at Lunch in the books. I hope this episode made you think and you grabbed some actionable ideas to propel your business. Don't forget to like, Comment your takeaways and subscribe wherever you're listening so we can help more entrepreneurs just like you achieve harmony in their life and business. For cutting-edge tools that bring clarity to your people and processes, check out humanoff.com.